The following is paid programming.
It's time to talk taxes.
New friends, new opportunities, new partners. EG Tax.
It's Ask the Tax Lady with Esther Gulius and EG Tax on News Radio 930 WBEN. To reach Esther now, call 803-0930. Toll free at 1-800-616-9236. And cell calls are free at star 930. And now, live from the WBEN studios, it's Esther Gulius.
Hey, everybody, this is the Tax Lady. And I'm going to tell you, I've just never seen a year like this, ever. Oh, my God. They just changed the tax law, a major change like 2 days ago. But one of the big stipulations is that it's retroactive to this year's tax return. So we're going to end up having to amend tens of thousands of tax returns. I got Chris Fabian here in studio with me. Hi, Chris.
Hello, Esther.
It's good to be out of the office, though.
It is. It's sunny. It might not be warm, but it's sunny.
That's true.
That's good.
So this new stimulus bill has all kinds of tentacles to it. But probably the one that's most important right now for you to know, if you collected unemployment, the first $10,200 that you received is retroactively not taxable on your 2020 tax return. Now, since this comes as a surprise to the IRS because it was just a couple days ago that it was passed, they aren't ready to receive an amended return. So don't just go rushing out if you've already filed and preparing an amended return. You have to wait until the IRS has its format together before you file the amended return.
Right. And, someone told me, well, it's first got to go to the regulations department. They got to write the rules. Then it goes to the forms department who have to change the forms. Then they can notify the software companies who then have to change everything accordingly. But the best part is New York State has to still vote on it.
That's true.
Whether it's going to be tax-free on New York State.
So if you're in the 10% tax bracket, this $10,200 makes a $1,020 change in your refund to your benefit. All right. And then if New York State goes along with it, it's another $100. So this is $1,120 plus. And if you're in the 20% bracket, you just double it. So it's a gigantic change. But here's what we're saying. First of all, know that it's just like the stimulus. You're going to get the money. You just don't want to do something stupid like filing an amended return before they're ready for it because they're not ready to receive it yet. But be happy to know that your first $10,200 per family.
Per family.
Not per person, per family is going to be non-taxable on your unemployment.
Right. And I know we were talking on the way over, well, maybe the IRS, they can do it. They should be able to do it just themselves. But I don't trust them. I mean, there's too many other calculations involved than just backing away.
Like I'll give you an example. The other day I was showing a client how this is going to affect them. When we had the unemployment in, they didn't qualify for the earned income credit. But when I backed off the unemployment, they got an earned income credit. Yep. So there's all kinds of things that are tied to this that could even get you more money. And another thing was they not only got the earned income credit, but they got the retirement savers contribution credit too.
I had one. I was able to take rental losses.
Yep.
Because their income dropped under the 150, so now some of their rental losses.
So it's really complicated. It's a good change, but it's really complicated. So I'm Esther Gulius, the tax lady, 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone. You can text us at 716-8030930. We're going to talk about all the tentacles that are part of this stimulus package, and I have to tell you, what we just talked about is like the tip of the iceberg.
We're tired of hearing COVID. I'm tired of hearing stimulus.
Yeah, me too. I'll tell you, ain't that the truth? So anyway, let's go to the phones. We're going to talk to Mark. Hi, Mark. How can we help you, sir?
Oh, hi, Esther.
Hey.
I have a COVID question regarding my grandson. He lost his job because of the COVID thing. and he was collecting unemployment throughout a good part of the year. However, he neglected to allow them to
Withhold.
deduct from his, paycheck
Right.
to paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's got a big load that he owes them.
Okay, but did you just hear what I said, Mark? They just made the first $10,200 of it tax-free.
Oh, okay.
It's a retroactive change to last year. So when you back off, I don't know how much your grandson got, $20,000 or whatever. The first $10,200 is going to be taken off.
Okay.
So you don't file the return until they got all the regulations ready. So just tell your grandson to relax.
Okay, well, that's great news.
Okay?
Okay, so don't file a return?
Not yet. I mean, because if you file it now with the big balance due, then you're going to have to amend it. And that's the other thing. Don't send in the amended return paper, because the other article I read today was that the IRS is millions of returns off in processing because they're so far behind in sending out all this stimulus money that they aren't processing tax returns. But it's even worse if it's a paper return because they just don't get around to opening it up. So you want to make sure that your grandson files electronically, number one, and number two, doesn't file until this stimulus thing is ironed out, and we're thinking a couple weeks, right, Chris?
Yep. At least.
Okay.
Okay, so it still you expect will be due by April 15th.
Right, but if it gets close to the wire, and if you listen to us every Saturday, we just keep you informed here. If it gets close to the wire, then we would say back off the 10-2 so you would know what the actual liability is supposed to be, and have them just send that in, as kind of like an estimate, so to speak. But I wouldn't be in a hurry to get that return filed now because this big change is coming.
I see.
Okay, Mark?
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye. Right?
It is. And, if you have a refund coming, I would wait to amend your return till you get that refund.
That's another point.
You don't want to put in...
Good point.
Because that could screw up the IRS having two returns that aren't processed yet.
So, and all of you people that have filed already and have gotten your money back or are waiting to get your money back, number one, if you have unemployment, you're going to have to file an amended return. We're ready to do those amended returns. However, we don't know specifically who got it. So we're going to put a portal on our website that says, hi, you did my return. It was done at this office, and I want it done. And so we can find your Social Security number by just your name. And then we'll contact you and get it done as soon as possible. But we're going to make sure that we get you all the breaks that you can get, not only just the 10-2.
Right.
Because if it affects another part of the return.
And I know that there's a texter out there wants to know what we charge for it. For our clients, it's $50.
Right.
If you're a new client to us, it's $75. And that's because we have to enter the whole...
Everything all over again.
Yep.
We have to do the whole thing all over again. Okay, I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady from EG Tax. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back on the other side.
We are family. I got all my sisters with me.
Hey, I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady. So we're talking about this gigantic change in the tax law for last year that they just did 2 days ago. The first $10,200 of the unemployment you received, you or your spouse, would be taken off as income. So as we said, they haven't written the regs yet. They haven't changed the software yet, but we want you to be aware. And Chris tells me that we can run a Crystal report and come up with who it was that we've already
came
sent.
to our offices. Yep.
So we might be able to contact you as well. But look for that on our website, because if you need it done, we'll be very happy to help you. We're going to go to some callers right now who have been waiting, and we're going to go to
Jackie.
Yeah, Jackie. Hey, Jack, how can we help you?
Jackie or Jack?
Jackie.
Hi, Esther. I have a couple questions regarding the fact that we received a stock gift of Amazon stock from an uncle. Is there any way to cash out any of that tax-free? We are 62 years old.
Okay, so when you sell stock and it has a value, okay, the difference between your cost basis and what you sell it for is a long-term capital gain in this situation, all right? So it's whatever your uncle paid for the stock becomes your basis.
Okay.
And you're not allowed a loss, but you're allowed to have the basis up to what you paid for it. So if your uncle paid $3,000 for the stock and you sell it for $3,000, there's no gain. But if your uncle paid $3,000 for the stock and you sell it for $10,000, you have a $7,000 gain.
Okay. Or if he paid $100 for the stock and it's now $3,000, we pay the difference.
That's correct.
And the thing is, it will be long term, so you're only going to, you could pay, depending on your tax brackets, you may pay nothing to the federal, or you'll pay 15% to the federal.
Right. It has a phenomenal break. It's a great break.
Okay. Well, we make together. My husband and I make over $200,000.
Okay, but then you'll pay 15%.
Okay. So it's really
Well, and then the state of New York, it doesn't
We'll
give you a
want their
break.
7 or 8%.
Yeah. So you probably pay 22%.
at this point. If we were to cash any out, would it really be advantageous?
Why do you want the money?
Well, we yes and no. I mean, we've been told different things, and this is the first. We wanted to make sure that it's not something we should do.
Well, see, the thing is, it's only a taxable event when you sell the stock.
Okay.
So you could have the broker do a leverage against it and borrow the money using that as collateral, and the brokerage. So I mean, if you didn't want to sell it, because if you use it as collateral and borrow against it, it's not taxable.
Really? Okay.
Yep. So I mean, like if you want to do remodeling or whatever,
Or buy a car.
or buy a car.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And one other question. Since we just got it last year, do we have to pay, since we don't have to pay taxes on that on our tax returns because we won't get dividends. I mean, we don't get anything like that. I know nothing about tax.
Okay, so the dividends you get from the stock that has been given to you will be taxable in the future. If your uncle has just given you the stock and he had the dividends, it'll go on his tax return, okay? And again, if they're qualified dividends, which they should be, you'll get that same tax break that Chris was talking about.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
But that'll be in 2021 when we file next year.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jackie. Bye-bye. All right, and let's go to, who's next then? We got Mike. Hi, Mike. How can we help you, sir?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. On 930, that's the recovery bill, I think.
Yep.
It goes on there. Now, is that a tax credit?
Yeah.
Or you get a...
Mike, you remember when everybody first got the first stimulus of $1,200 and then they got the second stimulus of $600? That's what that is.
My question is, are you going to get an actual check?
Yes, sir. It's money.
If you didn't get, what it is if you didn't get the stimulus on the first go-around or the second go-around, then you can possibly get it now if your income qualifies you for it.
But it will be an actual check or direct deposit then?
It's right in your
refund.
It's your refund. It goes into your refund.
And, well, say if you had to pay something, would that be...
It would reduce your
It reduces your balance due.
Or would come off that and then...
It's on your tax return. It meshes
As a
together
payment.
with everything, and it'll either result in a refund or a balance due. But it's all encased into that tax return.
Well, see, I was concerned that if it's over the amount you owe, that you wouldn't get anything.
No.
Well, if you owe
did you already get a stimulus? Did you get the stimuluses last year?
Yes.
Then you don't get it again, Mike. If you got the stimuluses, you don't get it again. This is a reconciliation for what you were supposed to get if you didn't get it for one reason or another, because your income was too high, because maybe one of the children just got born into your family, maybe you have a new dependent this year. It reconciles what they sent you with what you should have gotten. But if you got the stimulus, then you don't get it again.
Oh, okay. I understand now. It's like you said, you didn't get it. So,
Right. If you didn't get it, you'll get it. If you got it, you don't get it again.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Mike. Okay, and all right, I want to talk before we go to the phones again. 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone. So we told everybody about the unemployment. Everybody knows about the $1,400. People are chomping at the bit about the $1,400. They actually started depositing,
Yep.
right, Chris?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. And then the other thing that's a big change is those of you that have children in daycare, hang on to your bippies here. The new credit is going to be half of what you pay to the daycare agency, up to $400, up to $4,000 for one child, up to $8,000 for more than one child. This is a credit. So half of what you're paying will go to pay for daycare for, I think it's just for 1 year.
Yep, it's a 1 year. So if you have one child that was maxed out at 600, now it goes up to 4,000.
That's ginormous.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, if you have children under the age of 6, there's a child tax credit, refundable child tax credit of $3,600 per child. If the child is 6 or older up to age 17, it's $3,000 a child. And starting in July through December, they're going to start prepaying part of that credit to you in checks to your home. Everybody, I just can't believe this. More people are going to say, where's the checks? I don't know.
Esther's
but
going to start adopting children.
Yeah, maybe I'll adopt some. Anyway, that's some of the other things. I'm Esther Gullius, the tax lady. 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on the cell phone. Yes, sir.
I know we got a text in. It says, I can't find my password, but I know my unemployment's only $5,400. Do I still have to report it because it will be tax-free? I would say yes, because New York State
may not follow suit.
We don't know about the
We don't know
health-
how they're going to make you compute the thing either.
Right, the health insurance aspect,
Right.
if you're on the marketplace. We don't know how, you
Yep,
know.
That's true. Okay, let's go to Tom, who's been waiting so long. Hi, Tom. How can we help you, sir?
Hello. Let's assume I'm a renter who has not paid, like, I don't know, pick a number, $15,000, $20,000 of rent to my landlord. What are the chances that I have, like, debt taxable, debt forgiveness income? I'll hang up and listen to your answer.
So what he's trying to say is the landlord's just going to forgive it. Does that $15,000 count as income on his tax return the following year?
If the landlord sends him a cancellation of debt,
Right, but do they have to go to court first to get it as a secured debt?
I don't know. You
and
have
then-
to talk to your attorney.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. All my landlords they go, I've been good. Everybody's been paying me, and I said, well, what happens if they don't? They go, we have no clue.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just so many balls up in the air right now. I mean, we can't answer something that we don't know. I guess you'd have to talk to your landlord. But if they sent you a debt cancellation is taxable income unless you're deemed insolvent. And if somebody isn't paying their rent, I would think that maybe they are insolvent, so they'd be able to file a form to get it taken off. Right?
Yep.
I mean, it's true. All right, and let's go back. Let's see what we got up here.
Oh, it says, that was misleading. You made it sound like if you got last year's stimulus, you won't get this year's. That's not what that caller's was about. He was trying to reconcile and give himself the credit for Stimulus 1 and Stimulus 2
That he already got.
that he already received.
See, if you got the $1,200 and you got the $600, when you're doing your 2020 tax return, there's something that's called a recovery rebate and recovery credit. And if you didn't get the stimulus 1 and 2, you get an opportunity to put it on this year's return to get what you didn't get. If you've gotten it, you can't get it again. That doesn't mean the $1,400 isn't coming into your bank account. It is.
Right.
Right? Okay, let's go back to the phones, and we got because
we
were
have
talking,
Tom on.
but I think I didn't drop him. He hung up. Okay, let's see. We got Dave. Hi, Dave. How can we help you, sir?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I have a question for my son, actually. He purchased a home off my dad. It's a three-family about 7 years ago for $55,000. Now worth about $175, and he's wanting to sell it. Over the years, he only rented to the tenants that were left over from my dad because they received Belmont. And once they moved out, he claimed that on his income tax. Once they moved out, he didn't rent the flats. Long story, he got in some financial trouble. Me and his brother helped him out financially and bought into the deal just between the three of us, nothing on paper. But anyway, he wants to sell it. What type of tax burden is he looking at?
Okay, so since he did rent it and he did depreciate it, there is the recapture of the depreciation. It was a business asset. So depending on the selling costs and everything, there is some gain he's going to have to pay tax on for in the upcoming year, if he sold it in 2021. So, but I know Frank is signaling us we do need to take a break.
Oh, we got a break for the news right now, Dave. Did you want to hang on, or do you want us to just hang up on you?
No, hang on a minute.
All right, hang on. Thank you. I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady. We'll see you on the other side.
We are family. I got all my sisters.
Hey, I will tell you, I never heard of a more apt commercial than our commercial right there. There was changes on top of the changes that changed the changes of the change.
There you go.
Right? I'll tell you. Okay, I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady from EG Tax, 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone. And we were holding, was it Dave? Yeah. Okay, Dave. So your son is going to end up paying taxes on the sale of that house.
Yeah, one nugget I forgot to leave out. I don't know if it matters. He's lived there. That's been his primary residence.
Okay, that would mean a third. It's a triple, you said, right?
Yes.
So a third of it is going to be tax-free. The 2/3 that were rental are going to be handled as a sale of depreciable assets, and he will have to pay taxes on the gain on that part.
Even though it was vacant for a number of years?
Whatever the depreciation was claimed has to be recaptured in the year of sale.
Gotcha.
Okay?
That's it.
Hey, thanks, Dave. Okay, let's see. Oh, what do we got up here?
My gross income last year was $75K, and I received $12K in partial unemployment. Does this income put me over the stimulus limit?
All right, it would, because you'd be over that $80,000 figure.
Right.
But if the $10,000 is tax-free, that means that you only have some small portion of unemployment that's taxable, and maybe you want to put money into an IRA.
Right.
Right? And so if you put money into an IRA, that reduces it well under the $75,000, and you'd get the stimulus as well. So you'd save taxes and you'd get the stimulus. So that's what I'd look at.
Right. Yep.
Right? Okay, and we're going to go back to the phones, and we're going to go with Bill. Hi, Bill. How can we help you, sir?
Well, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
My tax preparer for the past 25 years just passed away, and I want to go to a credible service that's located in Fredonia. I'm not going to say the name. And should I just bring the whole my tax preparer always had the year all
the previous years, right, Bill?
Yeah, previous year.
All right. So what you would do is you didn't have rental property, did you, or did you have a small business?
I'm strictly a homeowner that pays taxes and that.
Okay. Yeah, just bring a copy of last year's return, and your accountant or tax preparer should be able to take really good care of you.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the Fredonia office.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Bill.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye. That was a nice call.
And you'll love Liz.
You will. Okay, and then if you use TurboTax to file, will the new unemployment income or no tax on the first $10,000 be included in one of the updates? I would think so. I mean, I'm going to tell you something. You have to not just get the update. You have to file an amended return.
Right.
So you have to do an amended return that amends that first year's that return. So that's something you'd want to Google TurboTax about. I can't believe that they're not going to do that.
Yep.
They have to. Okay, and then we're going to go to
Paul.
Who's next? Yep, Paul. Hi, Paul. How can we help you, sir?
Yes, quick question. I'm probably beating a dead horse because you probably answered it already, but I signed my daughter up for unemployment insurance when this whole thing started. But when I signed her up, I had them take the taxes out. How will that work when
She's going to get a bigger refund.
Okay, so there's nothing.
That little girl's going to be a happy little girl.
Okay, she can just file. There's no extra paperwork or anything.
Well, she shouldn't file until
Right.
everything gets all flushed out in a wash. Okay, but then she's going to have the withholding. Just because they made it tax free doesn't mean it negated the withholding. So she's going to have that extra withholding, and she's going to get a bigger refund.
Okay, great.
All right, thanks, Paul.
You know, he brought up a point. If you're claiming your college child who got unemployment and you gave them kiddie tax, this is going to reduce the kiddie tax.
Oh, that's true. I mean, and that's another thing. So when you're doing the amended return, you get to what you thought you were going to owe in kiddie tax, you might not owe at all.
Right.
So this, it really is far-reaching. So, and we're going to go to Dave from Florida. Are you from the city of Florida or the state of Florida?
I'm located Southwest Florida, ma'am.
All right, that's cool. What part?
Port Charlotte.
Okay, I know where that is. What can I help you with, sir?
So I filed my tax return, and I received unemployment. I received $3,200 because we don't have the same benefits back home as you all do. But all of a sudden, I heard about all this stuff, and when I put my unemployment into the TurboTax, they took $404 away from me. So does that mean that I'm going to get that money back?
You mean your refund dropped $404?
Yes, it did.
Because unemployment was taxable. David, it was taxable up till 2 days ago.
But I had to deduct.
So I know, but it was still taxable. And so just like on a W-2, when they took money out as you earn it, you still put the wages in, and then you're withholding. So in this situation, you'd put in the unemployment that was taxable and the withholding. But now you're going to wait for this change to happen. Let the IRS write the change so we know what we're doing. Then when you put it in, and the first $10,200 is going to be tax-free, that means you're going to get a bigger refund, or it'll change your liability to much less.
Okay, because they took $15,000 from me, and then I got that because I was working 6 days a week, and then they got us down when the whole COVID explosion went on. I went down to 3 days a week, and we were allowed to apply for it. And then all of a sudden, because I listened to you every weekend, and I was like, wow, what? But I already filed my taxes.
Yeah, but you're going to file an amended return. Dave, we got an office down in Naples.
Oh, geez.
EG Tax is on Airport Pulling in Naples, right across the street from Tamiami Ford. So if you go down there, my crew is very capable and able to help you. But it'll probably be about 2 weeks before we get all the changes in the software.
Because I just got my return today. It came.
Well,
You're gonna
guess
get
what?
more.
You're going to get more. You're going to get like $1,100 more.
Are you kidding me?
No. Okay?
God bless you.
Thank you, Dave. That's a happy camper.
Yes, it is.
Right? And if he was in the 20% bracket, it'd be $2,000 more. Okay. What do we got?
Oh, hello. You guys have always been a great help. Not a tax question, but who is the person behind the fence in your commercial? I say it's Tim. My wife says it's somebody else.
You win.
You win. It was Tim.
It's Tim. And it's not Tim the Tool Man. It's Tim. All right. I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady from EG Tax, 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone. You can text us at 716-8030930. And we're going to go to Mike. Hi, Mike.
Mike, yes.
Yes, sir.
I was just on the IRS website.
Uh-huh.
And it says right in there that both you and your spouse can take the $10,000 $200 each.
Well, we got to wait for the regulations to come down. I read on multiple sources online that it's per household. Some say it's per person.
Maybe what it meant was if she had unemployment, and it would, either of you would qualify. But believe me, Mike, we don't have the regs yet. So what we're doing is we're reading everything we can read that's official, and everything that we've saw, it's 10.2. We will look on the IRS's website when we get out. But thank you for that bit of information. If it were true, it'll make people even happier.
They even give you instructions on how to do it.
That's cool. I will look as soon as I get off the air.
All right.
Appreciate it. Bye-bye. That would
If
be
it's
remarkable.
out already, that would be
That
good.
would be remarkable. All right, so we want to talk about some of the other things that are in this octopus bill. So the other thing is, so we just told you about how the daycare credit is moving from $600 to $1,200 to $4,000 to $8,000. 50%, not 20%, but 50% of what you're paying for your daycare is now going to be a credit up to $8,000 for more than one child. And you can also use your FSA, your flexible spending account, and put up to $10,500 now in your FSA to pay for the daycare. So that's another change. And of course, everybody knows about the $1,400. They're doing them direct deposit first, but if you didn't get a direct deposit, then they're going to send you a check.
Correct. And that, people go, as we just got the text, when is the cutoff? Should I file now? My income's higher. We don't know the cutoff date that they're using for 2020's return. So if you haven't filed yet, they're going to look on 2019's, I can tell you that one. But are they going to do the reconciliation on 2021's returns like we're doing right now?
I got to believe that they'll do a reconciliation because, it's just like this year, people that didn't get the stimulus and now they're doing the recovery credit. I think that they have to do a recovery credit next year. Again, we're guessing, but that's what makes sense to me. All right, here's another one. This is in this bill that just passed a couple days ago. The health care coverage, people that have lost their job have always been able to pick up COBRA if they wanted to, and usually COBRA is pretty darned expensive. Now get this. If you lost your job, under the new stimulus law, the federal government is going to pick up your COBRA payments from April the 1st through September the 30th. Oh, it makes me crazy.
I'm just shaking my head.
All right, so if you lost, it's a lovely thing.
So what
thing.
are they saying, that the marketplace isn't a good place to go for
No,
health
they're saying
insurance?
that
I know.
Right.
I'm just being.
So and how now again the mechanics of this stuff, we'd have no idea how they're going to do it. And the other thing is, you can go to the marketplace now if your premiums that you pay are more than 8.5% of your modified adjusted gross income. Used to be more like 10%. So they dropped that so more people can go to the marketplace. All right, another thing in the bill, and again, 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on the cell phone is how you get a hold of us. Look at this. It is $20,400.
Okay, so
it is. We were wrong. The 10-4, it's 10-4 if you're single, 20,400 if it's a married couple.
Yep.
Wow, that's even more. So they must. I wonder if they're going to split it up based upon the unemployment. It's not just going to be a 24.
No, it would probably be 10
each person.
10-2 per person.
Okay, and it stops. So the 20,400 for married couple that have unemployment phases out if you're at $150,000. So that's a big thing. That's a big thing. And then unemployment benefits are going to be an extra $300 a week through September the 6th. And I don't know if, and again, we haven't seen all the regs, but I understand that the earned income credit is supposed to triple for some people and specifically for married couples without children. So that would be another good thing. I'm Esther Gilius, the tax lady from EG Tax, 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone. And we're going to go to Kim. Hey, Kim, how can we help you?
Hi. Last year I got some life insurance, it was over $154,000. The federal took out $30,000, and I haven't worked in 20 years, so I haven't filed taxes because I'm out of workers' comp. Do I file taxes because I got 1099 in it, though?
If you got a 1099, you better file. Yep.
Now, was this an annuity or was it?
It was a death benefit, life insurance.
It couldn't. If it was life insurance on somebody's life, Kim.
Besides your own.
Right. Is it on your life or on someone else's life?
No, my brother died. It left me the life insurance.
Okay. Life insurance is tax-free. This must be some other type of annuity. It has to be. If they sent you, is it a 1099-R?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's some type of pension or annuity.
Do you have that right there?
No, I don't have it in front of me.
Okay,
Yeah.
because you got to look in
So
box
anyway,
two.
you have to file. Yeah.
Yep.
I do have to file.
You would want to, because if they over withheld, you get the money back.
Oh, okay.
Right? So you want to file.
Because I know federal took out. Do state take out something too, or?
Well,
maybe
sometimes
not.
it all depends. Sometimes people withhold for the federal and the state, and sometimes they don't. You just have to look at it individually.
Oh, okay. Good enough.
Okay.
Very much.
All right. Thanks a lot, Kim. Yesterday I had a couple that's been a client of mine for many years, and they wanted to be able to bless their children and give them some money. So they cashed in about $400,000 or $500,000 worth of IRAs and annuities. Speaking of annuities, and they didn't know it, but they ended up paying well over $150,000 in taxes, and it just broke my heart. It's just a terrible thing. The important thing is that commercial, when you see Tim in the backyard asking his neighbor, your neighbor is not who you should ask. You really should call before you do it and make sure that that you know what you're doing, because it can really be a gigantic problem.
Right.
And make sure that you aren't reading into something. If you ask for assistance, that you don't, like, for instance, I talked to one of their kids, and they thought their parents were in capital investments because the annuity was invested in stocks and bonds. But in an annuity, you have to, or an IRA, you have to pay. If it's a traditional, you pay on everything when you take it out.
Right.
So it can really, really hurt.
You got to do the proper tax planning and everything that goes with it, because spreading it out over 5 years could have saved them $10,000.
A lot of money.
Yep.
A lot of money. Right. All right. Let's see. What do we got up here? Is there a cutoff date to receive stimulus? Yeah, there is a cutoff date. I don't remember. I think it's like December the 1st.
No, I think that was with the tax return.
Okay.
We just. But
okay.
Is the increased triple EIC retro to 2020?
No, my God, they've already done enough for 2020. We don't want them to do anything more. We probably will be doing 10,000, 20,000 amended returns to get everybody their money back.
Right.
And that's wonderful. That's wonderful for the taxpayers.
People, my clients come in and, it's great they're giving me this money, but how are they going to get it back? When are they going to want all this money back?
It's when is
coming.
the shoe going to drop?
Right. When is a loaf of bread going to go to $10?
I know.
Or when is the gas going to $20 a gallon? That's what's going to happen eventually.
Well, Yep. And then the next thing, they were talking about student loan forgiveness. It didn't get passed in this bill, but I understand that they're looking at the first $10,000 in student loan debt as something that they are looking at forgiving. So let's see. What else? That's just some of what we're reading here. I'm Esther Gilius, the tax lady from EG Tax, 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on your cell phone. And I just want you to know that everything we're reading, as soon as I get a chance to read the regulations, then we'll have everything nailed down like next Saturday for sure. But we've given you enough that you should know that some big things just happened.
Right. Yep.
Okay, let's go to Pat in Buffalo. Hi, Pat.
Hi, Esther.
Hey.
If we're two seniors and we have Social Security and nothing else, just a bank account interest, are we entitled to the earned income credit?
No, you have to be a wage earner. But let's say this summer you decide to go work at Walmart for a while, then you'd have earned income. Then you would be qualified for the earned income credit.
As long as you're under age 65.
Right. You have to be 25 to 65 to get the earned income credit.
What is it?
25 to 65 if you don't have children.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
And my second question is, I have a retirement account, and because I'll be 72 in July, I took some money out for that, whatever you call that. When you have to take it out, the government.
The RMDs.
The RMD.
Yes. That's nothing to do with this year's income tax, right?
Well, the RMD was not a requirement for 2020. So in 2020, which is all past, you were not required to take money out of your.
Oh, I did already.
Well, that's so, and they have not changed that in 2021 yet. So I don't think they're going to. But
the market's
But
too
anyway,
good right
who
now.
knows?
Okay, but say I took a certain amount out, and they already withhold a certain amount.
Well, then when you file your return, you're going to put the income on your tax return and the withholding on your tax return, and figure out the tax liability, and then you'll see if you have a refund or a balance due.
Okay, and that's for next year, right?
Didn't you just say it was for 2020?
Did you take it out in 2020 or 2021?
2021 in January.
Oh, okay, so that's for next year. Yeah.
Next year. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pat.
And someone just asked, if I lost my job in 2020 due to the business closing and Cobra wasn't available, is the private insurance I had to purchase going to be covered by the government? No.
It says it's Cobra if you lost your
right
job.
Now.
And it's just for that specific period of time if you lost your job. But again, we don't have the fine print. I don't know, right?
Right.
I mean, they might say if the guy lost his job in Buffalo, we're going to cover it for him.
But that's where you should go on the marketplace and look at your projected income. And
really, Cobra is very expensive insurance. Usually, because you're buying what the company is selling. So if you look on the marketplace, for instance, if you called Tim Elias at our office, EG Health Connect, he's absolutely, and by the way, he's Tim behind the fence.
He's Wilson.
He's Wilson. He just does a phenomenal job helping people get insurance, and there's no charge for the service, so it's a great service. All right, let's go to Larry. Hi, Larry. How can we help you, sir?
I came in a little bit late on the unemployment. Is that unemployment for 2020?
Yes, sir. Yes, sirree, Bobby.
And if you already did your return,
then you have to amend it, but don't amend it till after the IRS has their software ready to receive. So we'll keep you abreast as that all unfolds. And thank you to the caller that called in. It is 10-2 for a single person and 10-2 times 2 or 20,400 for a married couple.
Okay, I was calling for my daughter. She had one of your satellite places do her taxes, so she'll just go back there once
right.
IRS has got her.
Absolutely.
When I have another daughter that did it through, I think, TurboTax. Will you guys do that if we wanted her?
We certainly will.
Okay, very good.
Thanks, Claire.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so we're going to go back to the office.
Yes, back to the whatever.
Yeah, back to the office. It's really been interesting because you not only have all of the stimulus.
Yep.
We have now this new wrinkle on the unemployment, plus all the new things coming down the pike for next year. Think about it. If you're a parent with 3 children under the age of 6, you're going to get $10,500 in refundable credits next year, plus the earned income credit, plus if you send the kids to daycare. So that's like 23. We're up to like $30,000 right now. So it'll be interesting. But anyway, if you need the best tax help, we absolutely, if we don't know the answer, we will find the answer. I'm Esther Gulias, the tax lady from EG Tax. We have 32 area offices to serve you. Have a great week. Thank you for listening. Thanks for calling. Thanks for using us. Bye-bye.